Today's subject is one that is going to relate to our food for thought from today. If you recall, our food from thought for today was from Miss Ella Fitzgerald, where it said, "It isn't where you come from, it's where you're going that counts." And I'm going to elaborate on that, but in my own personal way. And this specifically goes out to a very, very special person on today, if you will. She's I don't have any kids, but I raised her as if she was my own, and she is a very, very special part of my heart, and she needs to understand some things about life. And I'm going to help you guys. Shout out to my niece Nigea Wright out there trying to live her entire best life and still be a teenager and deal with her Aunt Tabitha at the same time. I know it's difficult, baby girl, but listen, we got you. Hang tight. Life is always going to throw you curveballs, but what's going to happen is you always have somebody there that's going to help you get through everything. Until the day I close my eyes, I will never let go of you, and I will always be here to help guide you. And so moving forward, today's meat and potatoes subject is going to be entitled, "I Am Not My Circumstances." My niece is 13 years old. I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory without getting too much into her personal information. I come from a large family. My immediate family is 6 of us. I'm the oldest, 4 boys, 2 girls. I'm almost 40 years old. We're all at least 2.5 years apart. But Najea is my niece. She is the niece to one of my brothers. One of my brothers, very close to me, my heart, actually. We're like 2 peas in a pod, if you know us. He's currently on in jail right now, and he's on lockdown for some decisions that he decided to make, and working on changing his life around as we speak. We've been entitled with the opportunity to be able to raise his kids and to help them to not be what they think they have to be, or to become their circumstances. And this goes out to not only my niece Najea and my nephew Damarion and my smaller niece Nyla. This goes out to everybody who thinks that they have to become what their circumstances gave them. Let me tell you about life and what it dishes out. Just because you were dealt a bad hand from the get-go doesn't mean that you have to play that hand. If you choose to play that hand out, let me tell you what's going to happen in life. In life, you're going to be faced with choices, and these choices are going to make or break where you're going in this thing called life, this journey that we're all on. And if you follow me, then you know I always talk about the fact that we're all on the same path to greatness. We all have goals we all want to achieve, and we all want to survive and be successful at this thing called life. But if it were that easy, all of us would already be there. Life doesn't come without hurdles. Life doesn't come without things that you have to get over. Life doesn't come without curveballs. You have to understand that what makes you great is your ability to overcome situations that you have come from, situations that you are in, and situations that are forthcoming. You're going to face so many hurdles in life. But you know what else you're going to do? You're going to get over that just as well as you've got over everything else in your life that has gotten you to this point. If you're still here right now today, that means you're still fighting to be the best you that you can be. Nobody's asking for anything more other than for you to be the best you that you know how to be. We don't have a manual to this thing called life. We got to do this thing as best we know how, day by day. My niece says to me, in the midst of me correcting something she did on yesterday, and I won't discuss that because I won't put her business out here like that. But in lieu of making a situation and correcting a situation, she says to me, and she breaks down and she says to me, "How can I do better with where I came from?" Let me tell you how you do better. I don't care what circumstances you were in before. I don't care what circumstances your parents put you in before. Nobody's perfect. But let me tell you what you have the opportunity to do right now today. Again, it's not where you've been and it's not where you've come from, but it's where you're trying to go. If you want to make a change and if you want things to change for the better, you can start right now today. You can change your path. Your path is not predetermined by your past. Your path is not predetermined by folks that did you wrong in the past that can't seem to let go of the bad things that you did to see the good. Your past is not determined by the things your family put you through. Your past is not determined by the things your mother put you through or your father put you through. Your future depends on where you want to go right now. Look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, where do I want to be? Where am I trying to go? The past is the past. You've overcome. You're still here right now fighting. You've overcome so many things that most people didn't think that you would be able to survive. But guess what? You did. You overcame your addiction. You overcame your family leaving you out. You overcame being lonely. You overcame being hurt. You overcame depression. And you're here right now today because you want to do better for yourself. You got to want it. Baby girl, you got to want it. You understand? You're not a product of your environment, of where you came from. If you want to get out, you pull yourself out. You have help. Everybody else out there, if you want to get out from where you are, leave the past in the past. You got to leave it. Listen, I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. And you know how I talk when I get into this motivational speaking right now, and I'm getting ready to take y'all there. So bear with me because I do have a point to make. If you're trying to get out of the mud, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to let bygones be bygones. You're going to have to forgive and forget. Let it go. What happened to you in the past is the past. It made you who you are today. It may have broken pieces off of you, but there's still enough that is able to be salvaged so that you can make a new part of you, so that you can move on, so that you can crawl to the finish line if you have to. You're still here and you're still great. I don't care what has happened to you in your past. I don't care what your parents have done to you. I don't care what your family has done to you. I don't care what has happened in your past. Today is the start of the future. Where are you trying to go right now? Start making moves towards where you want to be, because you're not going to be your mother's child. You're not going to be your father's child. You're not going to be what everybody says that you're going to be. You're not going to be the record that you had in your past. You're going to be better than your mother. You're going to be better than your father. You're going to be better than anything that came from your family. Anything that they say that you couldn't do, you have the ability to do it. They're afraid. You want to know why? They tell you you can't do anything. You want to know why they tell you, they talk down to you and tell you you can't accomplish nothing? It's because they're scared of the person that you're going to become. Don't you ever give up on yourself. Nigeria, I will never, ever give up on you. The world is going to be difficult for you. This is the start. All of my 2020 graduates out there that are rocking with me on today, this is the start of you stepping out into the real world. You're going to learn some things. You're going to learn some street knowledge out here once you get out here in the real world. It's not everything it's cracked up to be, but I'm going to tell you what helps. What's going to help is your ability to conquer things and to succeed, and your drive to want to do better. And if you don't have the drive, that's why I put myself here, to give you a push, to give you a boost, because sometimes we need that boost because we fall short of where we need to be. That doesn't mean you're incapable of getting there. That doesn't mean you can't accomplish your goals. It just means you need a boost. You need that burst of inspiration from me. And that's why I'm here today. You're not your circumstances. You don't have to be where you think you need to be because of where you came from. This segment today was personal for me today. My niece, she's indeed listening. So shout out to my niece, Najee, right out there listening on today. You guys, we have to embrace our babies. We have to hold them tight, and we also have to guide them. I know it's easy for us to turn a blind eye and to turn away from these things and to turn away from everything because they get on our nerves or they frustrate us or they don't seem to be listening to us, but they're listening. My grandmother would say, just as sure as you have ears and they're working, you ain't deaf, you can hear. It's penetrating in there. You keep at it. You stay on them because although they're the future, we hold the keys. We are the past, and we hold these keys that we can pass on to them so they don't make the same mistakes that we make in life, so that they be better than what we were, go farther than where we've gone. That's going to do it for my meat and potatoes on today, you guys. I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. That was a serious emotional moment in spite of. But you know what? Sometimes we need that pick me up. And that's what Feel Good Fridays is all about. It's what everybody knows me for doing. And I'm going to keep on rocking till the day my eyes close, because this is where my path has led me. Although it's been a rocky one, and y'all know I tell my story. And if you know where I come from, then you know where this all comes from. I'm going to end my segment with my saying, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a teacher. I'm none of those things you guys think I am, but what I am is somebody who's been someplace, I'm going someplace, and I'm hoping to help a few people out along the way. Shout out again to all of my 2020 graduates out there. Congratulations. You've made it in spite of. Congratulations to all of my parents out there, to all of my hard workers out there, all of my essential workers out there. We love you and we thank you and we appreciate you so much. These are some trying times. And no, we don't know what's up next for us. But listen, we got this. Just as we have always been faced with turmoil in our lives, this ain't nothing that we're not going to be able to overcome. We got this, everybody. So stay positive. And I need for you guys to have a great, listen to me now, and safe holiday weekend.